All right, here we go with the part 2 of the video for helping out with the topic 1 summer school test for solving a literal equation. This is what they call a literal equation because you're literally working with letters. So just add, subtract, multiply, or divide letters just like you would numbers. This one's a fairly easy one. So if I'm trying to isolate R, I need to get rid of the P and get rid of the T. So let's divide by P times T on both sides. That's how you move the letters around. I want you to think about moving the letters around without actually coming up with a number. So it's coming up with a formula rather than a number. So P divided by P is 1, T divided by T is 1. We're left with R on the right-hand side. So in this case, R equals I divided by PT. That's how you do these types of equations. Let's do the same thing on question number 6. Okay, I've written down the equation here. We're trying to isolate R. You have to really be careful of the order of operations. If we're trying to isolate R, we need to take stuff away from this side of the equation in the opposite order it happened. So what happened last here is multiplying by M. So I'm going to divide both sides by M. That's going to wipe that out. So we get B over M equals R plus Z over 4. Now, the last thing to happen to the R is going to be divided by 4. So let's multiply everything by 4. Okay, so these 4B over M equals, this cancels with that, R plus Z, and I think you guys can finish it out from there. Okay, so that's the concept for literal equations. Let's go up 1 or 2 more questions on this video, I think. Pretty straightforward, solving an inequality. Let's see, subtract 2 from each side. We get 5x is greater than or equal to 15, and then divide by 5. So x is greater than or equal to 3. And I don't know if you have to check the solutions or graph on this, but that's going to be your solution. Make sure you're looking at the symbol. I also want you to graph that. So if we're going to put 3 right here, it's greater than or equal to, so that's a filled in dot, and this arrow goes that way. If the variable's on the left-hand side, then this arrow always matches this arrow. Just remember that. And let's do one more question here. Solve and graph this one, and this is where they try to trick you. Remember, if the sign is negative, if you're dividing, if I divide by -9 on both sides, because I'm dividing by a negative, I have to flip this sign. That's the rule for inequalities. So x is going to be greater than or equal to -4 in this case, and then you guys can choose which one of the graphs match that one. Okay, that's it for that video.